Sup, Jagweeds? Hello, BookTube. Hi. It is Friday, so this is kind of Friday Reads, but also kind of Pentathon. Start reading your gosh darn Lovecraft day. And sorry, I forgot to do this beforehand. Are you ready? Yeah, that's my Cthulhu Cup Cozy that Zoe made me. Okay, no, but seriously, so this video is just like a real, oh my gosh, things are happening all over the place. Sorry. So what I'm gonna ask you guys to do is run over to hplovecraft.com if you do not own any Lovecraft. And there they have all his writings. They have a bunch of his, like, seriously, like, if the people who put this website together put a website together for every author, like, the internet might die. So, it's not like the newest looking website, but it is a marvel among literary sites. And find something you want to read. There's ways you could look at everything he's written. You could look at it from publication date. You could look at it from when he wrote them. You could look at them, and there's another way. Oh, alphabetically. No one wants to look at nothing alphabetically. That's boring. So run over there, find something. If you don't want to do that, you could go on YouTube, where you are right now, and you could just type in Lovecraft audiobook or something like that. And there will be a million stories that you could listen to. And just while you're doing, your normal stuff. I found this, I actually haven't looked, so this might be bogus information. But if you have an iPhone and you have iTunes or like the podcast app, search podcasts for Lovecraft audiobooks, and I'm sure there's something on there. With all of the super random audiobooks I found podcasts for that just like each podcast episode is a chapter or something like that. I can't imagine there wouldn't be a H.P. Lovecraft one. I actually should really look for that. Let me see. I don't know if there's anything else. What I'm going to do, and for those of you who follow me or read Weird Mask or anything like that, this might be like overkill for you, but I think in the comment section below, I'm going to copy and paste a Lovecraft story in there. And it might be Dagon just because that's like my go-to Cthulhu mythos story. So I'm probably going to do that. So then, like, you really have no excuse to not read some Lovecraft. And they're quick reads. He does try to use words that are like, he's the kind of writer that makes you wish you were dating a dictionary sometimes. So there's that. Another thing too is there are 3 types of stories that Lovecraft did. There's actually more than that, but we're gonna bring it in here. There is his like gothic macabre stuff that he wrote early in his career, which is good. a lot of people, and I would agree here, there is better stuff like that out there, even from that period or before. The dream cycle is another thing that he did, and this is a topic of conversation that I always want to have with people, because it seems that his dream cycle and what he's known for most, the Cthulhu mythos, there are some definite like intersections between those guys. And me liking lists and liking collections and complete and all this other stuff, like, I want there to be a definitive list. And the only list that I would be happy with would probably be my own. So this weekend I might actually work on that, just to try to have a better understanding for myself. And if it helps some of you, that's great. Some of you are going, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, so his dream cycle stuff is very fantastic, and like the worlds that you go to are very sci-fi fantasy, but in a very grounded sort of way. So if you're into that stuff, there's like the Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath. That's probably like the most famous one of those. And then with the Cthulhu mythos, like, again, he never like coined a lot of this stuff, especially the Cthulhu mythos stuff. Like, that was all done after he was dead. And I think August Derleth is the main person to blame here for that. But H.P. Lovecraft was very open about the usage of his ideas and his characters. He wanted everyone to use his stuff and write in his worlds. He was very, very open with it. And he would get his friends to write in that. So, like, Robert E. Howard, Clark Ashton Smith, what's that guy's name? E. something Price, I think, is his name off the top of my head. But yeah, so there was like a group of people, the Lovecraft Circle. You could look that up too. And they all kind of wrote in stuff, and you can see some Lovecraft inspirations and even characters in Robert E. Howard stuff. You could see some Robert E. Howard stuff in Lovecraft stuff. It just seemed like a bunch of fun dudes, like, doing shit, you know? That's kind of how that goes. But anyway, the Cthulhu mythos is basically this idea that there is this, like, giant amorphous god that has created a bunch of offspring gods. And a lot of these gods were here on Earth or on other planets and stuff, sleeping underneath Earth, and will eventually rise up to destroy mankind. And there are different races of people who've lived on Earth before, the old ones, and some like winged fuckers. I can't remember what they're called. Some like torpedo looking trap jaw winged guys too. But yeah, so there's all this stuff, there's all this history, and the people who like follow the Cthulhu religion or whatever. And the thing is, Cthulhu isn't the great big god, he's just the one that's here. There are many other gods like him and many other gods above him. But it's just this mythology, and the people who are like hardcore who believe in it, um, wink wink, like the religion because Cthulhu does not play favorites. Cthulhu hates everyone and will destroy everyone and everything. So there is no favoritism in Cthulhu. There is no. He is just a destroyer. So you could easily see why people would worship him and try to raise him from the depths. So that's a lot of fun. So I'm going to do another video here in a sec where I'm going to talk a little bit about me and my personal experience. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you in a bit.